Hello, ladies, hello, everybody who's listening, and let's talk about scaling and launches and how it really affects our freedom. In these last few years, I've been building my six-figure business, my amazing platform, everything in Czech, that's why in English you might not see it. And this year, I had strong feelings of fear, of stress, of tiredness. And I was really into exploring them. What happened? What needs to change? And I saw myself doing all the right things, not overstepping in how much time do I spend on my business, and still feeling like that. And by today, I ended my launch. I had 3 weeks of launch, and I feel completely different than after every other launches in my last years. Why is it? I teach how to do anxiety-free launches, and that's really what I've been doing all along. So what's the difference? I've been asking myself these questions for the last 2 days. What's the difference? Why do I feel much better now? Even if I earned less money than on other launches that I was used to earn, I don't know, around 80k. Now I earned 40. So it's half the income. How come I'm so happy about it? How come I'm so relaxed? How come I'm so excited about the work I'm gonna do with my clients? Everything is the same, but it's more excitement, more easefulness, more anxiety-free. And what I found out, and I will give you an example on extremes, okay? I like to do that even in my mentorship. I like to set examples on 2 extremes so we can feel in the body what's the side we lean for. So on one hand, I had a year and 3 months ago a launch that earned exactly twice the money I earned now. It was a summit, my first summit. For the whole September, I was shooting interviews for the summit. There were 40 interviews, so I think it will be like 60 hours of work, only shooting the recordings, then money to my team to set up the invitations, to agree on the topics and everything else. If I add the team part, it will be around 80, maybe 100 hours in my money and in my time for August 2021. Then for the whole September, we were having the summit, the part where everybody was watching the interviews, then the selling part. And that was the month where I paid lots to my team, where I spent lots of the time in the group, actively selling, passively selling through, emails, posts. Wait a bit, I will just drink my tea. And of course, during the September part, I was running ads too. So there was another investment in ads. And because it's a summit, I had it for free. And I sold, and it was really an amazing launch. I wasn't tired, just maybe a little bit after the recordings part, not the launch part itself, but the recording part of the summit. That was really something that I tried, and I know I won't do that again. So this launch was around 80k. And it was really amazing. I loved it. The clients that came from the launch were really amazing, and we worked together for a year and more. They continue with me. And now this launch. So I just set in a simple page where just my husband set it out. I just wrote some text in it. It was a paid event. I'm sorry, it's morning. It was a paid event. I launched ads. I launched them around Christmas, so I could test it out. So until the end of the 2022 year, so the last 2 weeks or week, I was testing the ads, but because it was a paid event, all my ads were paid. Because even if the conversion wasn't so cheap, it never went above the price of the event. I never let it go there. I'm a former Facebook ad specialist, so this part I do myself, and I like to play with it. And there were just, and the part just, it's not so important, but in this event I had 170 women, and in the event for the summit I had around 1,500 people. So in this event, all the ads were paid. I had just a little investment in my team. I had quite none of the investment in my time before the launch started, or the event itself started, because I was just playing with the ads. I just had to find time to set them up, and that's it. And then I enjoyed my launch, even if I was on antibiotics, because I have 2 children, so of course I catch something from them. So I prolonged the event, so it wasn't just a 1-week event. I prolonged it for 2 weeks. So the first week, instead of live Zoom calls, because I was really feverish, I worked with women energetically. And on the second week, we did the Zoom recordings, workshops, Q&As, and all the work I wanted to do with them. And I was selling just for 5 days. That's a record for me, just to tell you. I like selling for a long period of time, always, because I want my clients to create the decision not only from emotions, but rationally. So that was a big change for me too. And that change, normally I would just sell longer, but I wanted my program to start the other week, so there was just no more time to spend on selling. So this launch, almost no team, ads, no investment in ads before, because it was paid all along. Amazing women in the container, because they were paying. They came on the Zooms. We were live there. We were working on ourselves. And in the 5 days when I was selling, really the women that I felt were ready entered the program. So it was really amazing. And now I will be with them for 4 months or for a year. It depends on what version they chose. And that's it. And I know why I feel like that, because in my success matrix archetypes, I'm a lazy rebel. So yes, I'm a future builder too, and I will share with you the success matrices all in the next episodes. But I think you can hear from the name already. I like the freedom of not building big things. And on the other side, as a future builder, I need to build things that will help to build a better, a nicer, a safer future. So I often collide between these two things. But in the launch part and in the program part, I like the freedom. I like the easefulness. I don't need a big team. I don't need a big, heavy launches. I never needed them. And that's what I wanted to share with you. So how would you want to scale? I earned less money, but I can repeat this much more often. And I think on Evergreen too. Then I could do a summit. And that's the extreme, all right? Don't forget about that. But it's about the form of scaling that we want to embed in our business, the processes that we want to have there. Do we need something really complex and depending on lots of people, depending on lots of investment in upfront? Or can we do it in a more easeful, relaxed, anxiety-free form? And that's my question for you. What's your launch when you felt really amazing? And if you never felt it, I think we should have a chat. And that's it for me for today. If you want to talk more about launches, let me know. You can find me here or on Instagram like Polly Business Architect. You'll find me like that. Or on my Facebook profile or on YouTube. But the best way to talk is DMs on Instagram. So let me know, what would you like to talk about here on this new podcast, but with an old mentor, because that's what we can do. So let me know, and I hope to hear from you. How are your launches? How you feel in them? What could you change, and what would allow you to scale your business in a completely new way, and in a way that is really amazing for you, not for anybody else, but for you.